Good morning, everybody. How are you today? My name's Ken Ragsdale, and I'm a professor in engineering management and systems engineering. Students have asked me in the past, is this class going to make me rich? Well, maybe. I think more than any class that I teach, this class has a chance to change your life. So pay attention. Along the way, I became an investor and never took a course in investing. Written 3 books on optimization, never took a course in optimization. Teach a sequence of courses in quality, never took a course in quality. Pretty much I've taught myself by doing. Now I read a lot. I'm a voracious reader. Oftentimes we'll read a book in an evening, but I don't learn that way. Not too much. Learn by doing. And I don't know how, it depends on your personality, but I find that most engineers learn by doing. That's one of the reasons they're engineers. Engineers also typically have a facility for critical thinking. They usually have a facility for scientific concepts and mathematics. My goal in this course is to help you, if you choose, to become an investor. This is a very practical course. Now, we do consider some theoretical concepts, but one of the first things I ask you to do is, if you're not currently an investor, I want you to go to TD Ameritrade, and you need to do this today or tomorrow, before Thursday, and open a paper trading account. No money involved. You just got to answer some questions. So the feds require you to answer some questions. But you need to go to TD Ameritrade, sign up, get an account, paper trading account, and I want you to learn to use their Thinkorswim trading platform. Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim used to be an independent company, but about 2 years ago, TD Ameritrade bought them. And so it's integrated, more integrated now, but it's a separate trading platform. It's probably the best trading platform available in the world. And the thing I like about it is that it gives you the same ability, the same facility as the people who are actually on the trading floor. So there's a number, you call them, they go look at your account, and they can, it's like right there, you're in the action. This is not a course about trading, it's a course about investing. There's a big difference, and we'll talk about the differences. But I have a confession, I'm a trader. I trade everything. I particularly like to trade options, futures, commodities. But investing is how I generated enough capital to do these other things. And if you pay attention, you will be able to grow your account steadily. Now, when will you retire? Let's assume it's 65. Okay? You know your age, I don't. I know approximately your ages. What year will that be? Think in your own mind, what year will that be? Decide what year. Okay, then the big question I have for you is, how much money will you need in order to do what you want to do in retirement? Depending upon what you want to do, you may need the same as your last working years, may need less, may need more. It's all feasible. It requires planning and discipline. And you got to look at this like going to war. You know, you're going to go into battle, You got to anticipate what the battle space is going to be. What's the opponent, the competition? Who's going to be on your side? One of the things you're going to discover as you have money, everybody wants it. All the bankers in town know me. Yeah. Got to learn to say no. You know? So you're going to have money. You're going to make a lot of money in your life. Do you know that? Do you know how much you're going to make in your life? Have you ever thought about it? It's the area under the curve. If you haven't plotted that out, you need to plot it out. You need to think about how much money you're going to earn in your life. The question is not how much you're going to make, it's what you're going to do with it. I know a lot of people who are nearing retirement, and they don't have a damn dime. They've spent it all. How sad. Or you could all turn out to be Bill Gates or Warren Buffett or Steve Jobs. You know, people ask, well, how much did Steve Jobs leave when he died? He left it all. Same for you and me. So you got to have an estate plan, because you know the guy that's going to be first in line at your wake?
IRS.
The IRS. Now, if you are fortunate enough to come to my celebration of death, my wake, the back of the church, there'll be some guys in black suits. They'll be sitting there with their head down, they'll be crying. They won't be crying about me. They're from the IRS, and the reason they're crying is because my children will be telling them they ain't getting a damn dime, because I have set it up so everything just flows. I have living trust. The minute I'm gone, it goes into trust for my wife. When she's gone, it goes into a individual trust for the 3 children. No tax. No inheritance tax. If you don't have a will, you need to get one immediately. Because you know what? We can't set the time when our life will end. And the most pitiful thing in this country is to pass without a will, because your descendants will not get anything. Lawyers and the state and the feds will take it all. Did you hear me? All. Not most, all of it. They will suck your estate dry like a bunch of vampires. You need a will. If you're smart, and it's not that expensive, at your age, set up a living trust. Avoid all inheritance taxes. Now, those of you in the military, you have your state of residence. You need to check that state's laws, because they vary from state to state. Texas is different than Missouri. It's different than Arizona. It's different from New York. So you need to be prepared. But let's not look at the sad side. Let's look at the happy side. We're going to retire. We want to do things. You want to take a cruise around the world. You want to take your wife or your girlfriend, or maybe both. Full joke. Janet, honey, if you're listening to this, she's not listening. She's heard my lectures before. She's heard all these jokes. And she usually just puts her head down. Oh, my God. You want to go do something special? You got to have money, right? Now, it used to be that with girls, it was very different, because girls would say, well, I'm going to grow up and get married and have babies. My husband will take care of me. Well, he might need for you to take care of him. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's old-fashioned thinking, isn't it? Yeah, that's old-fashioned thinking. That's not realistic. And we have more and more two-earner households. Now, let me give you a little hint, guys. I have some bad news. The best investors are females. And I'll show you why. They tend to be more patient. They tend to enjoy more doing the research. And a little bit too much testosterone in the guys. You know, we're action-oriented. By God, just do it. Buy it. You know, just do it. And the wife will say, well, maybe we'll buy 10 shares. No, I'll buy 1,000 shares. I want to do it. You know? And so you got to moderate your temperament if this is going to work for you. And it will work. Now, I want you to know that this semester I'm going to lay out to you a plan of investing that is very conservative. But last year I made 32%. I'm not doing so hot this year. This has not been a good year, but I'm hoping to go over 20 before the year's out. 25, actually. I'm at 20 now. Think about it. If you start out with a little bit of money and you start compounding it over a year and let the magic of compounding work for you, you can build wealth. Now, unfortunately, not everybody can handle being wealthy. You need to think about that. Can I? One of the reasons that I found that some people don't have a lot of money is because they just spend 102% of whatever they have all the time, independent of the amount, you know. If I go around the room and try to get to know, and I hope I do get to know you, each of you are individual. You have your own personality. You have your own abilities, your own skill set. And what we want to try to do is to find out what part of your personality and your skill set is adaptable to investing and which parts are going to cause you trouble. The biggest problem you're going to have is with impatience. One of the businesses that we own is this investing advisement service, and I publish a weekly research report for investors. And one of the things I constantly have to remind my clients is be patient. They want more action. You know, sometimes you don't swing at every pitch. Really, you can be like Babe Ruth and go for the fences at every swing, but you strike out a lot. If you want to minimize the striking out, you have to be more selective. So you can't buy every stock. Can't buy every bond. Can't buy every ETF. And so you've got to have discipline. Discipline. You understand that word? Discipline. Everybody know how to spell discipline? Yeah, we know academically what it is, but discipline / patience. Oh boy, this is tough. But you've got to exercise those things. And now what I promise you, I'm not going to promise to make you rich, although some of my students have become wealthy. I promise that I will lead you to a style of investing that if you pay close attention and practice and use discipline and patience, will give you the opportunity to create a sizable nest egg for your retirement. That's my objective. Not to have a big hit this year and lose a bunch of money next year. That's not my goal. My goal is for you to steadily grow your wealth over your career. Now, people will often ask me, well, how much do I start out with to invest? Well, I'm going to show you how to start out with nothing, because I've told you, go to TD Ameritrade, sign up for paper trading. You're trading with monopoly money, but we're going to do it. And you know that class last spring I had? I taught a class last spring. I'm going to show you what they did. I'll get online. I'll show you. Pretty smart class. But I'm sure you'll do better. We'll do some of that. Okay? Any questions about the class? Now, have you been to Blackboard yet? Look around. I got a lot of stuff there for you. So probe around in Blackboard, and you'll see quite a bit of stuff. Now, did everybody get my welcome email? Did anybody not get it? Okay, it's your responsibility to look into why you're not getting emails. There's an email in Blackboard for all of you. And it's up to you to figure out how to get them, not me. Okay? Because I will use Blackboard to communicate with you. Occasionally I'll get a student say, well, that email, I don't like to use that. I want to use it. Well, great. Then you don't want to hear from me. Because I'm not going to send messages to some special email that you have. I can't do it. I've got too many students. It's important that you go look around in Blackboard and buy the books. Have you got the books? I don't see them. Where are the books? Checks in the mail?
They're on the Kindle stores.
Did you? Is that? Are they available that way now? Oh, that's great. Oh, that both of them?
Yep.
Oh, great. That's the best way. I need to get them that way. I didn't. Only Kindle or?
You can get her on the Nook also.
Yeah.
Barnes & Noble also.
What about iPad?
Yeah. Well, you can get the Kindle app on your iPad.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you just
Yeah.
download that.
Get it on there. Okay. Good deal.
That's a little too.
Yeah, Amazon, because they sell Kindle, they want it. Yeah, I understand.
Stick them in
Okay.
the eye.
Yeah, right. Okay, you'll need the books. Start reading in the first book, Phil Pound's book. Now, we'll follow that approach pretty religiously, except I'll make some embellishments here and there and show you some things based upon my own experience. Okay. Should we go to the slide? Okay. Let's go to the slides. Disclaimer. Have to do this. I'm not a professional in the investment field. What I know about investing, I have learned in the School of Hard Knocks. Missouri University of Science and Technology is not responsible for recommendations contained in this course. Okay? I am. Students are advised that investing is a risky business, and it is possible to lose part or all of your at-risk investment. One of the cornerstones of my method of investing is that you have a very low percentage of your portfolio at risk. I will show you how to moderate risk, dramatically moderate risk. In fact, I like to build portfolios that are neutral to the direction of the market. Market goes sideways, you make money. Market goes up, you make money. Market goes down, you make money. I hope to encourage your interest in this field. That's my primary goal, so that you will continue to learn. So I want to ask you some questions. Why invest? Why should we invest? Well, I told you the focus is to prepare you for retirement. Let's look at the future value of one payment of $10,000. Let's say that you scrape together $10K and you start investing in some way. You could buy a CD. Now, it used to be you could get a CD for over 5%. You can't now. You're lucky to get 1% now. But let's say that you have $10,000 and you're investing it at a rate of return of 5% for 5 years. Well, in 5 years, that $10,000 will grow to $12,762. In 30 years, that $10,000 becomes $43,000. Okay. But then if you come down here and you get 20% return, and I shoot for 25, in 30 years, and you're going to work 30 years. Some of you will work 50 years. Many of you will not work to my age, but you will still work into your 60s, the late 60s. Some of you will work through your 70s. If you have $10,000, you don't put any more money in, But every year you earn 20% on that $10,000. At the end of 30 years, you'll have $2.3 million. Sound attractive? So the only question is how to do that. That's what this course is about. Now, let's say that you had looked at what you would get, the future value of a series of equal payments, rather than just one $10,000. Let's say every year you put a part of what you earn into your investing account. And let's say you only get 5%. That's pretty poor, but let's just say you get 5%. And let's say every year you're putting in that $10,000. At the end of 30 years, you'd have over $500,000. You'd be half a millionaire. Okay? Now let's say you do the same thing, but you get a rate of return of 15%. At the end of 30 years, you'd have $4.3 million. Now, that's about what you're going to need to retire. I predict for your age group, you'll need about $3.5 million. For my age group, when I was your age, they told me when I got to be 65, which was some time ago, I'd need $1 million. Okay? And how much money you need is dependent on two things: purchasing power of the dollar and your life expectancy. My life expectancy is quite a bit less than yours. It is. Okay? Deming taught us learning is not compulsory, but neither is survival. So buzz this course off, don't learn it, and suffer the consequence. Or dig in and really learn this stuff and reap the benefits. What has changed in my generation and your generation? Well, a lot. The internet.